Now to the not so good news, at least if you're a consumer and you're concerned with these high prices and who's making money off of it. It looks like the oil companies are doing just fine. As Americans struggle to pay for gasoline at the pumps, BP brought in record earnings in 2022. The company announcing that it made $28 billion, which is more than double their profits from a year ago. In part, Russia's war in Ukraine was responsible for some of those price increases.
Now, BP says this shows that the company is performing well, that it had its lowest production cost in 16 years. It also added that it plans to invest $8 billion into the energy transition this decade and another $8 billion into oil and gas support of energy security. The company's announcement follows similar reports from rivals Shell, ExxonMobil's, and Chevron last week. This gets a lot of people's blood boiling.
It does, because when we're paying more for our gasoline at the pump, I think there's this general idea that we're paying more because they're charging more. In reality, it's traded on the open market. Oil is traded on the open market. That's the primary market. And then it hits the secondary market when we go to the pump and we buy it. It's all supply and demand driven. And when there are any kind of long range fears about supply, and demand certainly isn't going away, if anything, demand is increasing, then everybody in the chain gets a little anxious, and then the price of like a barrel of crude oil trading over $100 on the market, when that's way more than what it normally is. They're getting more for that because the market is paying that price because they're fearful about supply.
But they would be able to lend their support to help control that at some point. I would have to assume.
Yeah, if they were nice people, they would do that.
They're not just the victims going, oh, it's not
Woe is
us.
me. Yeah, they're making a lot of money. They're the benefactors of all of these conditions that are happening around the world, and their product and the product that they sell right now is in high demand, and we are the ones that are paying the price for it. I don't like it, but that's the way it is.
Okay.